This is the room that our kids will probably be living in the next couple of years. Yeah. Well, I'm delighted to be here. And, if you think back to the past 12 months and what's changed, I think one of the big themes has just been the investment by Google in AI in Canada and the real cluster forming around AI. So there's the Vector Institute. There is a lot of great work being done in startups across the ecosystem. We've opened up 2 DeepMind offices, and we have a lot of great AI research being done by Jeff Hinton and his team and the Brain team here in Toronto. And I think all of that is powering this next generation of assistants that's emulated in this room, and it's creating this ability for all new sorts of businesses and startups to take advantage of this and solve problems in bigger and different ways and solve really big problems powered by machine learning. So a key change in the past year has been the fruition of just these ideas behind machine learning and AI powering solutions to really big problems. So I'll take one example that 2 researchers 2 floors above us have been working on, which is helping to diagnose diabetic retinopathy. So this is something that you would need to go to a doctor, they would need to look at you, do a whole series of expensive scans and tell you whether or not you had this. And with the power of machine learning, what you can do is actually load photos, and the machines will actually say that this looks indicative to being diagnosed or not diagnosed on this. So it allows you to have a much more scale of impact of being able to diagnose people who weren't diagnosed. And if you think about this in places like third world countries where this is much harder to get the care that we're so privileged to have in Canada, that's a really big solution for a lot of people. So one thing that we've started to do as a business a lot more and as Google is if you think about this room and all the different devices, not all of these were launched last year. And there's a great stat that Sundar talked about that during that peak period before Christmas, that one Google Home device was sold every second. And so we're seeing these devices in everyone's home and just wonderful interactions and rich interactions with people in a voice-enabled way on a day-to-day. I'd say one thing that we've done differently on the marketing side is really try to help use the power of automation and machine learning in our core products in ads. And what it's allowing us to do is really dive down to optimizing great work and pivoting our where we're putting a lot of our thinking on is how to understand and interpret data to get to great outcomes for our partners. Answering what innovation is something that we get asked a lot about, and innovation and the idea of solving problems in new ways is something that we do every day, and our platforms enable businesses across the world to also do. So innovation is the lifeblood of what we do because the rate at which things are accelerating and the potential to solve bigger problems powered by things like AI, or powered by the ability for a customer or a consumer or a person just to have their phone at all times with them, creates new possibilities. And I think that's one of the most exciting things that we can do is power these innovations. I think one of the things over the last year that we're trying not to do is to discuss marketing as a cost, and we're really trying to partner with the people that we are working with to help elevate the role of marketing from a cost and an efficiency conversation to actually business outcomes, driving revenue, and that is a really great opportunity for us in Canada to do together. I think influence is something that is a lifetime project for everyone and every brand. And it is the innate understanding of following the user and having that connection with the user and articulating some sort of need or being a solution or a benefit or, like we said, a delight at that exact moment that matters. I believe that influence is something that you have to earn again and again over time. I think from a wider Google perspective, you're going to see a lot of great things that are going to appear in your home across everything and make your life simpler and better. But you're going to see assistants powering everything that we do to help make your life less friction and actually have more delight in the moment. I think another one is engagement, the fact that it helps solve problems, but trust is paramount too. Trust underlies how we feel about something and how we interact. What I find inspiration in is the potential of the future as I see every day in my kids. I have 2 7-year-olds, and what I love about how they think about the world is their ability to think wide. It's pretty pretty clear to say that we have had a difficult year in some aspects on YouTube. It's been like the best of times and the worst of times. We've had great success, but we've had some stumbling blocks, and I think we've learned a lot as a company on how to deal with this. And what I'm really proud of is how we've used that moment to really change how we're going about making YouTube a better platform for the future. So from using our power of machine learning to detect content at scale to take out bad actors, to doubling the amount of people that we have, like physically going in and looking at flags and removing content, to partnering with our creator ecosystem at scale to actually make sure the best creators are putting the content on that. And we've seen a huge improvement on this, and we have to earn trust every day with this. I think the changes that we've done are going to make a huge impact, and consumers continue, and people and Canadians continue to love YouTube. I think there's been a lot of great things that happened in addition to the more difficult times on YouTube in 2017. I think we've seen users really gravitate to the platform, especially on a mobile device. I mean, I do yoga on my mobile device on YouTube every night. That's my yoga instructor, and it's not uncommon that we're seeing people use YouTube that way, especially in areas like how-to. But we've also seen great Canadian creators like Lily Singh just take it to the next level on what they're doing with the content and reaching global audiences from Canada with YouTube. Okay, why don't you come over here, Steve? So this is the Google Arts and Culture app, and there's this new thing called Search with Your Selfie. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a picture of you, give it your best smile, Steve, come on. And then it's going to scan your face using machine learning and match it with all of the different masterpieces that we've digitally taken photos of around the world and tell you who you most look like in modern art.
This could be scary.
And there you go. You have a 70% match with Roy Owen West.
That's terrible. I need to do that again. That's so
actually really good.
Oh no, that's terrible.